Going to start here today certificate and CA concept in SD-WAN.
Okay.
So SD-WAN or anywhere, like if you want to use CA concept,
Mm-hmm.
so there's two type of CA, certificate authorities. So
Mm-hmm.
there can be two type of certificate authorities. Two types of certificate authorities. One is your enterprise CA, another is public CA.
Mm-hmm.
Public CA examples are like GoDaddy, DigiCert, Microsoft. These companies are like your public CA. Like they do
Mm-hmm.
sign, and everyone knows like they do provide certificate and they do sign on certificate. So they are publicly trusted CA.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of other companies also do provide public CA work, like Amazon, as well CloudFront,
Mm-hmm.
and Microsoft is also do the same. So these are the public CA. Public CA
Okay.
always be like chargeable. Symantec,
Yeah. Semantic to do that. Yep.
Symantec, Cisco also do provide the same service. So it
Mm-hmm.
is all chargeable. Let's say you go for the sign for 1 year, so it do ask around $100 to pay for 1 year
Mm, yeah.
to sign.
Yeah.
So it's all your payable service. But let's say if you need for certain services you need CA in your organization, so you can do use your private CA. Like in SD-WAN lab, we need the CA for certificate authority to
Mm-hmm.
sign certificate of your controllers.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do use enterprise CA, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So enterprise root CA we can do use, and that particular CA we can use in our deployment because we are not going to use publicly on internet. We are just using it in our infrastructure, so we can do use the same enterprise CA or local CA, we can say, instead of public CA. So it's
Mm-hmm.
totally free of cost. Enterprise CA we can do use, and for certain aspect it's good for organization if you have private CA. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm using Cisco SD-WAN Viptela technology, so here we required CA. So to sign any certificate, I can do use this CA
Mm-hmm.
from my lab perspective. So the same I'm going to use here, enterprise CA of Microsoft, and I do sign all certificate.
Mm-hmm.
The client, who's ever send a request to sign, client who's ever trying to send request to CA to sign the certificate, that we call CSR,
Mm-hmm.
certificate signing request.
Mm-hmm.
Certificate signing request.
Mm-hmm.
So once you send CSR to CA, CA will sign your certificate, and you got signed certificate
Mm-hmm.
or identity certificate because it is signed by some authority. It's very similar. You do apply for passport, and let's say you are applying for Indian passport, so you got passport which is signed by Indian passport authority, so it's valid. In very similar way, if you go for any certificate you want to use in enterprise or anywhere, so it must be signed, it must be signed and recognized by some authority.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do present anywhere, let's say you are presenting to my controller, let's say we bond got some certificate from we smart
Mm-hmm.
for authentication purpose. So it do check the signer who did sign. and signer must be known for this vbond,
Mm-hmm.
and vsmart also know the signer. So the root certificate I do keep of CA here on both devices. So when
Mm-hmm.
vbond present the certificate to vsmart, it do check and validate. When vsmart send the certificate to vbond, it also do check and validate. So that's
Mm-hmm.
like mutual, I mean, that's like mutual understanding, and they do verify each other. So
Mm-hmm.
certificate is for authentication. In this way, we do use certificate for authentication purpose.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now the same we are trying to do. I hope you understand the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
process. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Let's do now start. So I'm going to start my last lab setup, which we done. So coming to here on GUI, I got the access of lab. So now I can do login into this.
It's a native console, it's a HTML.
Native, I can do use native.
Yesterday we tried a HTML, right?
Both works.
Mm-hmm. SD-WAN Lab 2.
Yes.
Yes.
SD-WAN lab 2 is our lab. So let's
That
do
is the
on.
one that's the one we created yesterday.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to do on all devices,
Mm-hmm.
and this Windows machine also.
Okay. We smart is started. We switch is started. What is the other stuff? Still not started something.
Stop
Is
and
is
say
why
again
start?
start.
Start. Is stop not started? Ah.
Now all devices started and looks good. So let's do
Okay.
click on here. We manage. So we got the console of we manage. See, we got the login screen. And once you do put password, so it says system ready,
Mm-hmm.
and you got the login.
What's the password?
Admin. It's default password admin.
Admin.
And now I can check my management IP. That is your 36 here. So run
Mm-hmm.
and config. And you can
Mm-hmm.
check again. All configuration looks good. Organization name, vbond, system IP, site ID. These configuration we done yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And management IP is 36. So I'm going to do access the device or GUI. So web services will start in next 1 or 2 minutes. No worries.
Mm-hmm.
Other devices also we can do check, like Windows machine. Yeah, Windows is up. So I can do
Mm-hmm.
RDP again to this Windows server 172.16.1.189. I got this Windows machine, Windows server. So yesterday we changed the password. That is your admin at 1236456. admin at 1 2 3 4 5 6. So now we have Windows Server, and our task is to create a CA here. We want to enable CA certificate and CA authority services here.
Mm-hmm.
So what I can do, I can go here on server manager. It is opening, and a server manager. See, these are the like additional tasks which you have to do. If you're using like public scenario, or you are going to uh, real time scenario, so
Mm-hmm.
there 95% people to use public CA, like Cisco
Mm-hmm.
and semantic. So almost everything done automatically. Like you just have to select the public CA and it do sign and everything. You get it automatically. But for enterprise CA, you just have to do everything manually. So here
Mm-hmm.
you get lots of learning about CA and how exactly we do things from scratch. So all these
Mm-hmm.
things you learn. See, I'm gonna do add the role and feature of CA. So manage role and features. Say next, and role based and feature based installation. Say next. Select a server from the pool. So next, and it is asking about your certificate authority or CA here service. So Active Directory certificate CA services. Say add. Next, next. Certificate authority. I'm just going to use certificate authority only feature,
Mm-hmm.
and check mark here and say install. And once it get installed, so we can start other task. See, we got the V manage also here. So I'm going to do login here, admin. This is only for authorized user. Last time we set the banner. And if you do check here, we have only vManage till a
Mm-hmm.
device, local device vManage. We don't have any vSmart, vBond, and any router, VH
Mm-hmm.
router. So once we do add, so we can check other devices also in here list.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do add two routers, one for MPLS connection, one for internet router.
Okay.
This is my internet router, and this one is for MPLS connection, let's say. So I do
Mm-hmm.
mention the name MPLS router, and this is your internet router of lab. See, MPLS and internet routers we have. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do add another site branch office, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do use VH device, Viptela VH. So there is one VH device. This is my VH. Yeah, this is VH. This VH have a connection from internet router as well MPLS router.
Mm-hmm.
One connection coming to here on internet, which is on 0 by 0, and another connection coming to MPLS to this particular VH, which is on 0 by 1. So this particular site have two transport medium, correct? One is your internet, another is MPLS connection. And further, this device below have other devices from switch. So I'm just adding different sites here. So this is further connecting to switch, and here we have certain host, Windows machines, and users. So there's, let's say, one user. It's your site. Let's say it is your site where you have user segment as well. There is a router also, which further connecting your infrastructure.
So initially, when you are implementing like a huge, big companies, you have a lot of work manually creating all those routers, everything, all
Yes,
those.
at initial you have to do lots of work.
Lots of
Once
work.
it up, then you can do like start things automated.
Yeah. You see, I have the one site, but I do have the one site. I have the server. I have the a lot of users who are
So you have
working
to
on it.
make connections and everything. Then you can do start.
So you can monitor up to the user level, right?
Yes,
The
yes.
user
See,
or
this is
user
my,
computer.
let's say branch office, and branch office edge router. This is actually
Uh-huh.
SD-WAN router. It is going on internet and MPLS. Correct. So this is my site. I'll do use only one. I'm going to use one user to show you. Later I'll do add other users. So this is my, let's say, site, uh, site A, and location is Bangalore.
Okay, you can put anywhere, anything.
Yes, Bangalore, India. This is my, let's say, one site. I do add one site, and this site have two internet connections. One is internet and another is MPLS. So I do connect to my site with
You
internet
have to
as
stop
well.
it in order to connect.
Yes, otherwise it do not allow.
Oh,
Yes. So this particular device connect this site also going to MPLS and internet. So now I can do enable connection between sites, and Bangalore site have one user for test purpose and another router. These are my LAN of Bangalore site, users and routers, and this is my WAN edge router of Bangalore site. It is having internet connection and MPLS router. So it's I'm building from very scratch, so you get everything. So I just need to on all these stuff later. So just build
so
one
these are
part
the
of
basic.
topology, which is
So
my,
the internet physical router you already have in the lab. The MPLS
yes, yes,
router
yes.
you already have, and the
But in real
VHL.
time scenarios, you just have to get connection only from ISP. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. You already physically wired wire
Yes,
connection.
yes.
Everything happened. Okay, now you are okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
See, here on certificate authority configuration done, and configure Active Directory certificate services. That is step you have to do. So say next. It is asking certificate authority. Yes, I want to make it certificate authority. Say, you can say again next. It is asking about your enterprise CA standalone. So I'm going to use standalone as of now. Say next. Root CA. Yes, I'm going to create one root CA to sign. Create new key pair. So the same key pair I'm going to do create here. Key length. And here you can change the name. So it says 7 networks SRVCA. So I'm saying 7 network test CA, let's say. You can give any name, by the way.
Yeah, you can, okay.
And it's valid for 5 years. Say okay. And now say configure. So it's almost done. Once it get done, so you can do start other task. Let me close it. So come to here on manage. And below here, we get one option that is tools. So certificate authority, there's option of certificate authority. So we can load it here. All certificate and we can do start signing process. So first of all, we just have to use internal CA certificate, root CA certificate, whatever the CA certificate here we generated, that we have to use in our vSmart, like vSmart or Viptela devices have to tell like this particular root certificate we are going to use in our SD-WAN deployment. So for that, you just have to collect the certificate or you can take it out. So for that, you have to run another command on here, MMC, say okay. And here you can check add snap-in, certificates, add, finish, okay. Trusted root certificate authorities and certificates. Here it is having all certificates. So if you do check here, we have our own certificate. Seven network SRVCA. This is our certificate which we created today.
Okay.
And if you click on here, all task, open, export. So if you do click on open, so this is your 7 network SRVCA. If you do click on details, so you can do check the date. It's I think old one. It's valid from 20. Let me check the date here. If it's not, yeah, it's the old one. It's not R because it's start issuing 22nd. It's issuing 21st.
Yeah, it's showing 21st.
It's 22nd actually. Yeah, this is my test CA certificate actually. So I can do take it from here as well. See, action, properties, and this is certificate, 7 network test CA view certificate,
Yeah.
and details. Under this detail, if you do check, this is the correct date, 25th Jan, and valid for 2027. So we can say copy to file and say next. Yeah, the same format we need, dir encoded binary, or you can use base encoded. So let's do check with base one and file name. So I can keep here on desktop root CA and save. Export was successfully done. Now we have root CA certificate, which actually we got from certificate authority from Microsoft. See, this is my root CA. You can click on here, double click and say open. You can verify 7 network test CA and it's valid for this date. Everything looks good. Now we just have to use this certificate in our Viptela. So come to here and You can copy the string. In order to copy the string, you just have to open with notebook. So you can do open with notepad. So all string you can do copy easily. See, this is actually certificate parameters. So I do just copy everything, because instead of pasting certificate, you can do just copy the things that's only required. Now come to here on Cisco vManage, and here you just have to change your certificate authority. So under setting option, you can come see controller authorization, controller certificate authorization. It's manual one. So it is asking you want to go use to semantic, automated. So in real time, mostly we use semantic automated one. But here I'm using enterprise root certificate. So just click on enterprise root certificate and copy the string, or you can load the certificate file. So I do copy here because I copy the string. So see, you just do copy and say save. Successfully edited. Correct?
Where it is showing installation.
It will show here only.
Yes. Yeah. I see the date.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is your web server certificate actually, which is here I'm using. So it is automated one when you do access over HTTPS. And banner already we configured, and here manually whatever the required we already done, like
Controller certificate.
Yes, we name, organization name, we already done. So here now we don't need to do anything. Now it's done. Like vManage knows about your certificate authority and root CA. Like Microsoft is going to act as a root CA in my case. See, enterprise CA, it knows clearly, and we can close it. Now I can do come under device and a controller. So I just have only one device. Now again, under configuration, come to here as on certificate part, controllers. We just need to generate the CSR. See here, controller vManage, IP is this, site ID is 5, but it says no certificate install. So I just have to say generate CSR, signing certificate request, and then it gets signed by your CA. So this is the CSR string. You just have to copy. Or you can simply download it. Now come to here on Windows machine, which is here. So I do type here vManage CSR. vManage CSR. Paste it and save. Now again come to here certificate authority and issue certificate, pending, revoke, all options showing here. So issue certificate, under issue certificate you can do you can actually come here at the top option and all task and submit a new request to sign. It is asking where is the CSR file. So here we already paste on desktop, we manage CSR, say open. Now it is here in pending request. See, now click on here again and say issue. Okay, now it's come here under issued certificate. So we have one certificate which is issued by CSR, which is issued by CA server. Now open it. See, this is viptela.com issued to and issued by 7 Network CA. We manage. Now we manage got the signed certificate. Make sense what I did here? Hello.
Yes, I can see.
So do you understand what I did here? I just took the CSR copy from vManage, and I did here sign from my CA, and I get my certificate sign from my enterprise CA, 7 network test CA. That's it.
Yeah, you are installing the certificate. Yeah, got it.
Now I just have to again copy the same certificate. I can do copy, sign certi. So sign vManage cert. You can save it again. Next, finish. We got the sign certificate. See, we have here sign vManage certificate. Click on here. So
Yes.
this certificate again we just have to copy and we just need to paste there. Now we have certificate sign. You can do copy. See, sign vManage certificate. I've saved with this name. Come to here, close this CSR, and it is asking install certificate. Where is your sign certificate? It's asking. So you just do click on here and say, this is my sign certificate. Paste it. The sign certificate is string and say install. So once if everything looks good, then your certificate signing and everything get completed. Otherwise you get it get just fail.
Yeah.
See, it gets succeeded. Now you have certificate successfully sync vManage list on vManage, and device type vManage, device IP, vManage IP. I hope now it's clear like how we do start this process. See, vBond updated UID, system IP, vManage, certificate serial number, sync list, everything now is showing. So we have one controller which is like sign and everything done from CA. Similarly, I need to add other controllers also. So I'm going to do add now vBond. vBond IP is 10.1.30. So here, come to device option, select controller, add your, see, in vManage, we just need to add all controllers manually at very first time.
Okay. It says, yeah, the certificate is installed here.
Yes. Now say vBond. I'm going to do add vBond device. It is asking IP address of vBond. So 10.1.1.30 and username and password. Admin. Say okay. vBond also we have, correct? But it says there is no certificate.
Yeah.
Again, we have to repeat the same certificate installation process. We just need to generate CSR, and CSR get signed by CA, and signed certificate we just need to install here. Now come to here and under certificate part, controllers. If you do check CSR generated here for this, so just do copy, because at the time of adding, it asks like you want to generate CSR or it automated. So now CSR is there. I can do copy it, copy, and now again you just need to paste here in Notepad vBond CSR. And now come to here, certificate authority tab, and select test CA, right click and network all task, submit a new request to sign. So for this time we are going to use for vBond. So select vBond file and say open. Once you do select it, so it come here under pending request. See here. Now click on here again and say issue. So you got another certificate which is for vBond. See, organization name and everything showing Viptela, SD-WAN, and it's for vBond. So the next certificate request ID 3 is your for vBond.
Okay.
You can check device name also, Viptela organization and US country and vBond. This is for vBond. So click on here, this vBond and say open. This is my certificate issued to vBond, issued by this CA, test CA7 network. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Now come to here under details, copy file. This file also we just need sign certificate. So base 64 and file name. This is sign certi vBond.
Yeah.
Save it again here on desktop. Import was successfully done. Okay. So vBond sign. Where is vBond sign? Sign certi vBond. Let's check the whole name. Yeah, this one. Sign certi vBond. Now we can do copy the string and we can install the sign certificate. Now this device also get the certificate which it can use for authentication. Come to here and close and select this vBond and say install certi and paste it and say install. Once it done, so we can move to next device, which is vSmart. If it's all good, then only it get completed. If there is anything wrong, so it do not gonna succeed it. See, it gets succeeded.
Yeah.
Now under device, we can come and verify certificate status, whether it's showing installed or not. It says installed.
Yeah.
Same process we have to do for vSmart also.
We manage, we bond, we smart. Yes.
We have three controller, three devices. So add controller vSmart. vSmart IP is 20 in my lab. Username is admin. Password is also admin. You can change the password, but I do keep default because there is as such no security concern.
Yeah.
So it says not installed. Again, we just have to copy the CSR and once get signed certificate. So here certificate status also get updated. So come to here and copy your CSR, view CSR and select it, Control C and come to here on Windows, new, vSmart CSR, paste, save it and come to certificate authority and say again, all task, submit new request, vSmart CSR, open, and here it comes in pending request. Now assign issue certificate. So it comes here in issued. So the third certificate signed by your CA, which is sequence number 4, request ID 4. So it is for vSmart. You can check. Now open and you can say details and copy and say next and base binary format I'm going to use here. So say next file vSmart sign certi. And you can save it. Say next, successful. Okay. So vSmart sign certi we also have. We can copy the string and paste it. Copy. And we can say install certi. install.
Yeah.
So all controllers looks good now. All devices up.
Yeah.
But if you do select semantic automated process, so they
Yeah.
do charge and everything like get automated. If you do choose this free one, enterprise, so there you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
do all these things.
yeah, yeah. Enterprises is cheaper and yeah, you don't have to
Manual,
pay them.
like you have to do. Yes. Even some organization do run the same enterprise. Why they pay to
Yeah.
semantic and all?
Mhm.
So if you do check here under a device controller, so all controllers looks good in sync, and all we manage, we smart, we bonds
Mhm.
up under site 5. And if you do come here on my dashboard, so you can say one we manage, one we bond up, and one we smart.
Yeah, I see
Now
that
these
right now.
devices you can do control from here, from dashboard. You can click on here, so it will give all information reachability. This device is reachable, we smart, system ID, everything.
Okay.
You can do go on real time. You can do perform SSH. You can do
Oh.
check the interfaces, everything. Yes, it has 3 interfaces, IP address, everything you can do monitor now. WAN throughput, TCP optimization, interfaces, what application running there, you can do check. But as of now, no applications. Firewall functions you can do manage, tunnel, IPsec, everything now you can do check. Events, what's going on their site, any critical event, major or minor, it give all list here for that particular device, which comes here in dashboard. So the criticality or whatever the uh, foundation building process, that's little typical, like you have to add each and every device carefully, then this task become easy, like you can do monitor, you can do check each and everything. At starting you have to do
Yeah.
little bit configuration. It's little hurdle, like you have to do lots of manual configuration, but once you done it, so it's become easy.
Yes. Yeah, that's very good. It is all creating the certification, how you can create. That's good.
Yes. Now we have everything whatever required. Now no need of the CA. I can do remove the CA as well from lab, because this is
Okay.
only till signing certificate. Now everything we have signed certificate and everything, we don't need anymore this CA. But I'll do keep it. So here I'm gonna do start my connections with site as well. And now next function is to add these sites. So here these ports, for these port I'll do build the VLAN. This is my VLAN 0 by 0, 0 by 1, 0 by 2. These 3 ports I do keep in VLAN. I do mention one IP address, which is actually gateway for the controllers. That is 10.1.1.1.
The switch is in the middle of the switches. That is a virtual switch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For connection, I'm just using here.
Yeah, for the connections. This is not the physical switch, like
not the physical switch. No.
Yeah,
In real time scenarios, you can do use the physical one as well.
Oh, okay. The real time, if I am implementing in the company, I can use the real switches. You saying?
You can use the real switches.
Okay.
For the connection, you can do use real switches. You can do connect your server, and server goes to your physical switch.
Yeah, yeah. The real time in the company, we always use the switches. Actually, from one end to the router means other end to the router. Actually, it's not the switch. From the MPLS router means in the other end in the data center, you should be the router, right?
Actually, it's layer 3 switch. I do configure IP address on the switch as well. So router function we can do
Okay,
also
this is
perform.
okay. You're talking about the layer 3 switches here.
Yes, it's layer 3.
Okay. Layer 3
I can
is
do
okay.
configure everything here.
Okay. Even though we have the layer 3 switches, company like to use the router when you are connecting from the.
Yes,
This is
because
the. Mhm.
for large enterprise, it is good to have a router.
Yeah, good to have the router, another layer of protections or something. Okay. So this is inside the company you're talking about switching, connecting. If it is the third party, it's
Yes.
supposed to have the router.
See, from that perspective, we cannot simulate everything up to real,
Yeah,
because the
yeah,
topology get bigger and lots of other things required. In real time, we
yeah,
use
yeah.
all fiber connections.
Mhm.
So we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
do like assume connection
Mm.
is going to MPLS, connection is going to internet.
Yes, 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 yes. You can. That's good. Go ahead. Understand that.
Now creating here VLAN,
Mhm.
and I'm giving host name which is switch LAN device, and all three ports come under VLAN 10. Let's say interface range 0 by 0, comma 0 by 1, comma 0 by 2. Switch port access VLAN 10, and that's it. And now I can do configure IP interface VLAN 10 IP address 10.1.1.1.255.255.255.0. No shut exit and write. And here I do configure IP address. Let's say here IP is 21. IP series which is connecting to my MPLS router is 21.1.1.1/24. And here it's let's say it's your 22.1.1.1.1. And for MPLS connection on site, let's say your IP address is 11.1. That's for your internet IP you're getting, and you're here on the site from MPLS router, let's say you're getting IP 12.1.1.1, which is terminating on your Bangalore site. And site ID you also have to define here. So let's say this is my site ID 10.
Mhm.
That's very first site which we are going to test with SD-WAN Viptela, site ID 10, and system IP is 10.10.10.10. You can give any IP, should be unique only. So the system IP is 10.10.10.10. System IP and site ID we have to configure. Now all IP addressing I have done. So MPLS here 12.1.1. On MPLS router it's 12.1.1.2. We have to configure. And here 11.1.1, and it is 11.1.1.2. Now I'm going to configure IP address on L3 switch. I do have to perform routing also. So let's say in internet and MPLS, we are running a routing protocol EIGRP. We are assuming that it's running for connectivity between site 5 and site 10, between controllers and between Bangalore site. We are running EIGRP, let's say, to connect. Correct?
Let's stick with the PGP and OSPF. EGRP is literally gone here. No one is there.
See, here we do use EIGRP first, because here on our sites we do run later BGP, correct?
Okay, you
For
want
just
to read?
connectivity, it's not part of SD-WAN. We just have to make connection only. So we are using here in backbone, let's say IGRP. I can do run any protocol, no worries.
Okay. You go ahead, follow that, and then we are going to do that later. PGP and EHRP,
Yes,
everything.
yes. On sites we
Okay.
do run BGP and OSPF, no worries.
Yeah. Literally in here we are no
Yeah, no one wanna
EHRP is,
use EIGRP.
yeah, EHRP is known.
Little old.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everything is all wide area network connection is right now PGP actually.
BGP, yes,
Yes, PGP, all wide area network, and internal data center, everything is the OSPF.
yes. Everything
That's what
OSPF.
is going there, and the EHRP is gone. Almost pretty much no one using pretty much. Yeah. My company is everything is converted from EHRP. It's just a little complicated sometimes, too many lines.
Yeah. So no shut
That's
and then
okay.
say exit. So space IP space route. So I have all connected routes. These routes I want to advertise with EIGRP. So router space EIGRP. Let's say I'm using AS number 100, not autonomous, not a summary 000 say exit and write. So all configuration done here on switch, whatever the required. So save it. And now MPLS router and internet router I do have to configure. For MPLS router, you just have to click on here.
Since you are local, that's the reason you are just clicking that.
Yes, because it's not real internet. I'm assuming that it's my internet MPLS line. So I have to make sure like connection between sites, controller site and other site must be reachable. So I just have to run any protocol. It's one time process for the lab to just make reachability. Later we
Cool.
do in SD-WAN, later we'll do apply BGP, OSPF, these things. That's our actual task.
Okay.
That's why I'm not using BGP in core. Otherwise, sometime it do create confusion.
Yeah.
All right. People do
Uh,
understand like we are learning here on BGP on core routers because our task is to understand BGP and OSPF configuration with SD-WAN. So for that we do left. It just I'm doing for connection.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. And are we going to do it later, like finding the router, just putting on the router and how to find the router and through the THCP assigned address and
Yes.
okay. That will be in lab. Will be done. Okay.
So today we'll do finish this one site configuration and
Yeah.
we do add this site to here on SD-WAN controller. We can do monitor health and we can do check the license thing and everything like how we do add.
Yeah, I think we can stop with the EHRP today, and
Okay.
I have the appointment day tomorrow, doctor appointment. I need to get up early, so
Okay,
we
no
will.
worries. So we left it here and from tomorrow we'll do start the same.
Yeah.
So
And if you want to come tomorrow, I can do that little earlier if you want it.
no worries. Same time we do. We have lots of like we are running with good pace, I think. So we don't need to change anything. We already done controller site and certificate task today.
Very good, very good.
And
Yeah.
now most probably we'll do finish the site adding task. One site we do add successfully tomorrow. It's good pace to have. It will take around
Yeah.
sufficient time to
Yeah,
finish like whatever we have.
I would like to finish these classes, learn that one stuff and everything,
Yes,
because
because
next
if you are not getting the things properly, if your lab is not going on, so then it's become like little problem. If we are doing task one by one and it's getting successfully done, so like you are getting clearly understand the things. Like today we mainly focus on certificate things. So I hope you understand the certificate things, like how we do sign and everything. Tomorrow we'll build this particular site. So we just left it here on only, and tomorrow we'll start. No worries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, let's meet tomorrow at the same time, and tomorrow I'll do share some content, interesting content, and we'll do discuss also.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Okay,
Wonderful.
okay.
Have
Thank
a
you so
nice
much.
day, and we
Okay,
will
thank you
meet.
so much.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.